Do you feel the vibes?
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Come on in, sit down, kick your feet up and relax because today we're going to talk about the top 10 things that people do that are really annoying. So let's get started. Number 10. Dog owners who don't pick up after their dogs. My neighbor is guilty of this. She will walk her dog up and down the street and allow it to do its business wherever it pleases, and then not pick up after it. Do you think anybody will notice? Well, let's see. My neighbor on the other side doesn't have a dog. The neighbor behind me and the neighbor in front of me doesn't have a dog. And we don't have a dog. So unless my kids are out in the front yard, the point is, it's not coming from us. So how do I combat this? Well, I put it back in her yard. I know that sounds a little cruel and unusual, but honestly, I'm tired of picking up after it. I did not take on the responsibility of getting this dog. Therefore, I am not going to take on the responsibility of cleaning up after it. Number 9. People who tell me how to parent my children. And I'm not talking about, oh, hey, these new pacifiers on the market are supposed to be great. That's not what I'm talking about. That's advice. I'm okay with advice. I can deal with advice. What I'm talking about are the people that come up to me telling me how I don't discipline my children and my children need more discipline. Thank you so much, sir. You know what? You just solved all the problems in my life. I don't know how I could ever repay you for that. No. Now, to the gentleman who said this to me, my daughter suffers from severe ADHD as well as a mood disorder. She's prone to outbursts and tantrums. And I guess to everybody it looks like she's not disciplined. Believe me, we discipline her. I can't tell you how much time this child spends in timeout with no electronics, etc. It doesn't help all the time. And the reason for this is she can't always control it. You don't know the dynamics of each and every family. Now, there are some children out there who are not disciplined enough, and I get that. But you don't know anything about my children. These are not your children. Do not come up to me and tell me what a bad parent I am. Number 8. People who are completely oblivious. Now, you know these people. These are the people who, when you go to the grocery store, they walk down the aisle and they stop in the middle of the aisle to compare ketchups. Now, let's see. Well, this one has low sodium, but that one is reduced fat. Oh, and that one is sriracha flavored, but that one's 20 cents cheaper. Let me read every single ingredient in all 3 ketchups to find out which one I like the best. Excuse me, ma'am, could you just move over just a little bit so we can get to that item right there? Oh, yeah, I'll just be a second. Come on, people. I have no problem with you comparison shopping, but move out of everybody else's way. I hate it when I'm in a hurry and I have to go back the way I came, down another aisle, and all the way back around to get something that is right next to you because you won't move. Number 7. People who don't cover their mouth when they cough. The other day I was at the bank, and this guy behind me started lovely. Ugh. And then we sit there and wonder why cold and flu season is so bad this year. Please, if you have a cold, I have one myself. I have had it for 2 weeks now. I am not standing in line at the bank hacking all over the person in front of me. If I have to cough, I cover my mouth. Same goes for sneezing, by the way. Number 6. People who chew with their mouth open. Now, when I was a kid, they taught us that the digestive process starts with the mouth. Your saliva and your teeth break down the food. It then goes down to your stomach where the digestive process continues. I don't need to see how this works. I'm sure yours is working just fine. Please close your mouth when you chew. Thanks. Number 5, this goes right along with people who chew with their mouth open, and that is noisy eaters. My husband is guilty of this. These are the people that go when they eat. I don't know, maybe you should chew with your mouth open. Maybe your digestive system isn't working properly. I get it if you have a cold and you're all congested and you're trying to eat and breathe at the same time, it gets a little difficult. But when you do this on a daily basis for over 10 years, honey, I'm talking to you, that's when it becomes a problem. Okay, moving on. Number 4, people who smell bad. Okay. I got in line behind somebody at the grocery store the other day who, I don't know if they just got back from the gym or they had been working out in their yard or I don't know what they were doing, but they smelled terrible. And it's really, really hard to stand behind somebody when you're trying to hold your breath and not pass out. Now, I will admit there have been times when I've been in a hurry trying to get out the door with the kids and they're doing this, that, and the other thing, and they're beating each other up and they're trying to race each other to the car and this and that and the other thing, and I get out and I'm like, crap, I forgot my deodorant. But then I walk around like this all day until I can get home and get my deodorant. I get we all have days like that. But try to remember to shower with soap and put on your deodorant. Thanks. Number 3. People who are rude to kids. Now, I work really, really, really hard with my kids to teach them to respect their elders and to be polite. In fact, oftentimes I get compliments from my kids' teachers because my kids are very polite, saying please, thank you, may I. If my kid says to you, thank you for holding the door for me, don't stare at them like they have 10 heads. Say you're welcome. Okay? If my kid says, excuse me to you, say, oh, I'm sorry, or no problem, or say something. Okay? Kids are people too. It's okay to talk to them, really, I promise. Number 2. Bad parking. Now, I'm guilty of this myself. I am really bad at pulling in backwards and parallel parking. Now, parallel parking I avoid altogether. But I'm learning to back into parking spots, and I'm getting quite good at it, I might add. But I can't tell you how many times I have gone to a packed parking lot that has one space open that a punch buggy has parked in 2 spaces. You couldn't take this little Volkswagen Beetle and fit it into 1 space? You needed 2 spaces? These are people that should not be driving. And number 1 thing that really, really irritates me, and that is when people tailgate. Now, I'm not talking about throwing parties and stuff like that. I love those kind of tailgating. This kind of tailgating involves somebody who insists on driving with their bumper touching your bumper, because that's so much fun. When you do this to me, I will slow down. You getting as close to me as possible is not going to make me go faster. I will slow down until you back off of me, and once you back off, then I'll speed up again. And I'm going to get a bumper sticker that says the closer you are, the slower I go, because I am really, really getting sick and tired of having to worry about if I have to slam on my brakes, is the person behind me going to be in my trunk. So, these are my top 10 things that really bother me. But I want to know, what are some things that really bother you? So please hit me up down in the comments below, and I will mention you and some of your comments in my next video. Also, when you get a chance, please hit that subscribe button. I'm not sure how often these videos are going to post, so this is your best way of knowing as soon as one of them does. And if you liked this video, please give me a big fat thumbs up. I am really excited to be doing this, and I hope you like it, and I won't know unless you thumbs up me. Alright, so that's it for today, and I am so glad you guys stopped by, and my door is always open. I hope you come back again soon, and we'll see you next time.
Do you feel the vibe? bye.